Hi everyone, this is Radull Live. Thanks for joining us. Today I'm with the 2021-22 FKF Premier League Golden Boot winner, Derrick Otanga. Can I hear cheers? Yeah! Otanga!
Yes.
Niaje?
Poa vipi?
First of all, thank you for coming on Radull Live. Congratulations for being a Golden Boot winner. But for those who have never heard of Derrick Otanga, tell me how you got into football and when.
My football journey started around at the age of 8. That's when I started getting interest in playing football. So maybe I'll say like when I was starting playing football, it wasn't easy because I knew it was just for fun. But around the way I knew this thing can take me places.
That was you when primary, where?
I learned in Embakasi Garrison. It's a military school. Yeah, so that's when I started to know more about football and to started developing some more interest about football.
So you go through primary school, you get into secondary school. Where did you go? And I'm assuming you continued with your football?
Yeah, I went to Msira High School, the same high school which developed Jesse Were.
Ah.
I learned in the same school. But
clearly you admire him. I saw you smile when you said Jesse Were.
Yeah, I admire him a lot. So by the time I was joining, he was finishing, I guess. But niliambiwa hapa kulikuwa na striker mmoja mzuri alikuwa anaitwa Jesse. Maybe unaweza taka kucheza kama yeye, but he was more, alikuwa mzuri sana, walikuwa wanampenda huko. So nikakuwa na ile feeling ya kumbe Jesse Were alisomea hapa, hata mimi nataka kucheza kama huyo Jesse Were. So that's when I started to learn more about him and to know how football is played.
So you finished school. What made you decide that now I'm going to do football full time as opposed to following a mainstream career? And I put that in quotes because even football is a mainstream career.
Nilisoma, I learned. Nilisoma,
you can speak in Swahili, yeah. You can mix.
Yeah, nilisoma poa juu I went to campus. I studied in Masinde Muliro. From there,
what were you studying?
Nilisomea public relations, / mass-com. So nikiwa hapo nilimaliza tu shule vizuri, kampo nilimaliza tu poa. But now sasa nikitaka kurudi home nicheze ball, nilikuwa like niendelee na vitabu ama niingie sasa kwa profession moja nichague. But since nilikuwa nishaanza kushikisha mtaani, watu wakaniambia wewe cheza ball.
Cheza ball.
Because career inaishaga.
It's true.
Time itakuja kuisha utarudi kwa papers. So that's when I started turning professional.
And you started with which club? Take us through how you got into your first club.
Yeah, I played for a home club there at my hood. It's called Headquarter FC.
It's called?
Headquarter.
Headquarter?
Yeah. It used to play in the provincial league at that time. So that's why I was playing. I was learning more and more. But from there, I moved to Naivas. Naivas was starting. It was being formed. Naivas FC.
Oh yeah, Naivas had a team, eh?
Yeah, it has.
They still have a team?
Yeah, it's playing
in the National Super League, eh?
Yeah.
Yes.
So hapo ndo nilijoin Naivas. From Headquarter I joined Naivas. Naivas ni sikukaa sana. Naivas nilikaa like 2 years. Then nikapata offer ya Sony. Sony Sugar. Naivas tulikuwa tunacheza Div 2. By that time ilikuwa Div 2. Nairobi
County,
yeah.
Nairobi region.
So nikapata offer ya join Sony. I didn't know about Sony, or I didn't know that level much.
So you thought you were going to be playing in these lower leagues?
Yeah, I just knew they came for me. Coach alikuwa anatucoach time alikuwa anaitwa Korea. Mwenye ako police, ako poster. Ndo alikuwa anatucoach ingine Naivas, but sasa yeye pia akapata offer ya kwenda Sony. So akiwa huko ikakopewa anataka striker. Yeye kufikiria mtu mwingine akaniconsider juu tushawaka na yeye, unajua. So aliona maybe naweza deliver. That's when wakanikujia. Mimi sijacheza ati NSL nini. Nilipata
Div 2 Premier League.
Premier League nilipata offer ya Premier League. Na sikuwa najua kuna hiyo level ya juu zaidi ya hiyo. Mimi sikuwa najua ati hiyo Premier League ndo level ya juu Kenya. So walinikujia, mimi nilijua tu, sikuwa hata najua anything about Sony Sugar. Sikuwa hata najua maliko. But since walinikamia na wakani explain ya maliko nini, sasa ndo nikaanza kujua kumbe kuna some other levels na Sony Sugar inacheza top level. Na hiyo ndio ilikuwa dream yangu. Sasa nilisema wacha kwanza niweke my papers on hold, nifuate career yangu. So nikajua Sony kumbe wanacheza top level, wacha nifuate my dream. Mimi nika sign contract. That's when I joined them.
So at that point, you must be thinking, my talent is actually quite special.
Yeah.
I'm here in Div 2, but I'm being recognized by teams in the Premier League.
Yeah, but sasa ilikuwa challenging juu like sijui huko juu wanachezangaje. Mimi nimezoea hizi levels hapa chini. Sasa nilikuwa nashanga huko nitaanza perform aje, nitacheza aje. But niliji encourage tu, nikasema kama ni dream yangu nataka kuchase, I have to bear the consequences. Sasa nikavu tu kuishia.
So you enter Sony.
Yeah.
Was that was unfortunately, I think the season Sony couldn't honor all their fixtures?
Nope.
It was not that season.
It was not that
earlier.
season. It was earlier. That time Sony were paying well. Everything was good at that time. So when I joined them, I didn't know anything about the Premier League. The people, wachezaji walikuwa wabigi. Na mimi unaona nimeenda na mwili yangu ndogo. So nilikuwa nashanga like hii level nitaperform aje. But I was a bit lucky juu nilikuwa napata sikosi kwa kikosi. Each and every game mimi naenda but sichezi. But nabeba kula ile experience, at least naona vile watu wanacheza nini. So my first season siku play many games. Like I played like 6 games and mostly zilikuwa home matches. And unajua wenda ukicheza game ya home na udeliver ama ukose kudeliver watakwambia tu au hawezi. But the good thing walikuwa patient na mimi juu nilikuwa mdogo. Juu game ya kwanza yenyewe siku perform vizuri, but walikuwa patient because waliambia mimi ni mdogo bado na learn. But the second game I scored, that's when they started believing in me. So like kumbe huyu ni mzuri. And by that time season ilikuwa inaisha. Ilikuwa inakaribia kuisha. So they wanted to see more of me. Ndio maana nilipewa chance nyingine. By the time walikuwa na drop watu like kama huko umeperform nini au kutaka kujoin nini. But sasa walinikubalia nikapewa the second chance. My second season. So my second season ndio ilikuwa moto.
So second season now you are a starter.
Sasa hapo ilibidi ni work hard ndio nikuje kuwa starter. Sikuwa na start. By the time second season inaanza, the coaches nini wote walikuwa wamefukuzwa. So ni management ilikampia, technical bench ilikampia. So napata hata wale wenye nilikuwa nimeimpress the previous season washaenda. So like na first tena sasa ni kwanza kuimpress coach mwenye anakam.
Challenges
so like
again.
Challenges. So huyo coach akikam, truth be told, I was not part of his plans. But sasa with time striker mwenye alikuwa anacheza aliumia, alikuja nini collarbone, alivunjika collarbone. Sasa ikakuwa kuna striker mwingine anaweza cheza apart from me. That's when nilipewa chance. And I take it with both hands.
And you excelled and you focused and you worked hard.
Na nika achieve goals zangu.
How did the transition come to KCB?
It wasn't easy. Nikitoka Sony.
Just turn a little bit like this to the camera.
Like
they want to see your face.
It's okay.
So how did that transition now come?
Niliperform vizuri by hiyo season ndo nitoke, nilikuwa among top scorers. I think Alan ndo alikuwa top scorer.
Alan Wanga that season.
He was followed by Enosh. But I think was the 4th or the 5th there. So I got a chance to join another team. That's when Wazito came in.
So you went to Wazito next?
Yeah. I had so many offers. Gor Mahia, FC, Wazito.
What made you choose Wazito over the others? Over Gor and FC?
I think their money was good that time. Yeah. So and I think I was not at that level when naweza sema ninge perform FC ama Gor.
Pressure
Yeah. Sikuwa nimefikia hapo. So nikasema acha kwanza nijichallenge mahali pengine, time ya kwa join ikifika nitarudi tu. So ndo nikajoin Wazito. At Wazito things didn't turn out.
Didn't go well.
Yeah. Because I didn't play so many games. I was not even in the bench. I was just a regular
Why? What there had too many strikers, or your performance had gone down? What was the reason? Or you just didn't click with the technical bench?
Yeah, I did not click with the technical bench. Yeah, that's why I did not play.
So the next opportunity?
I was dropped. I was dropped because I did not take part in the season. Yeah.
So you were a free agent?
I was a free agent.
What?
I was almost joining. After there, I was almost... Remember, ndo nikuje Wazito, nilikuwa among top scorers. So much was expected from me. But now from a starter to a bench warmer.
So you can't deliver the same if you're not starting every game.
You need to play.
You need play time.
In order for you to perform.
So you're a free agent?
I'm a free agent.
Then?
I was almost going to FC Leopards. We had agreed everything. The contract now was it was what it was remaining. But now they delayed.
My friend Shikanda.
Yeah.
I'll call him and ask him.
We had agreed everything.
Uh-huh.
But now he did not bring the contract.
You didn't sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
But the opportunity came then from KCB.
KCB, I received a call from KCB.
Mm-hmm.
Now time was running.
Mm-hmm.
I had to make a choice. So it's just signed for KCB.
And why not? And how has the experience been? Clearly.
One of my best experiences.
Uh-huh. Working under Coach Zico.
Under Coach Zico, the best.
How is he as a coach?
He's a good coach. Mkali.
He's Mkali?
Mkali.
I've interviewed Zico here. Zico is my good friend. Kumbe is Mkali.
But anajua to get focused. The best out of a person. Yeah.
And clearly he got the best of you, out of you.
2 seasons in a row, scoring above 10 goals. It's not easy.
By the way, it's not easy, especially the last few seasons in the Premier League. In Kenyan football generally, things have been very tricky for players. COVID, then the season is on, it's off, the calendar has changed. How did that affect you?
Personally, it derailed my performance. Like, unapata hii game nimba perform vizuri. The next weekend hatuna game. Unarudi 0. Tena next weekend mko na game. So consistency in a drop too. Hauwezi kuwa na consistency. You need to play consecutively for you to perform well. Yeah.
But you managed to stay at the top of your game.
Yeah, because I used to do some extras at home, back at home. I knew uko singetoboa bila hiyo. Julai kunapata hisi leo mmetrain tu poa, mko focus, mnajua weekend mko na game. Kidogo hakuna game. So me iko yes, itani bring down mentally, but I need to continue working hard back at home. So
it must have required another level of discipline from players.
True.
And for you to emerge top scorer, it's just that there are not enough noisemakers here. Otherwise, I should remove the cheering squad. So at what point in the season did you realize, I'm going to get the golden boot? At what point in the season, with how many games to go?
I think tulikuwa nabakisha game karibu 10. Tulikuwa nabakisha game karibu 10. Na mimi nilikuwa na bao karibu ni 7. But sasa wenye wanaongoza. So you got like
almost 9 in the last few games.
Yeah, wenye wanaongoza wameenda drought, wako na drought, hawafungi. Sasa nikajua hapa ndo time ya kukatch up nao. But mzuri mimi sasa laki yangu ikaanza kukam. Tukienda game, it's either a brace ama moja. So hivyo ndo ilinisaidia hadi nikapata hata nikakuwa sasa tuko close now, nimewakaribia ile like wako 11, sasa mimi niko 10.
Derrick Otanga.
Uta notice second leg no niliwaka like the last matches. That's when nilirealize kumbe naweza wafikia na walikuwa wameenda. That's when I started to perform.
Do you think, just to talk generally about football, do you think that it helped that you're with a corporate team? Because a lot of the other clubs suffered financially, resource-wise, because and it's a good thing that our corporates managed to continue to sustain their teams. So do you think you were at a bit of an advantage? Because at least you're never going on go-slows and things like that. When you're with KCB, Tusker, certain teams, Bandari, they will pay you regardless. And those are challenges you will then see at like the AFC Leopards, the Gor Mahias, community clubs.
Yeah, ilinisaidia juu hakuna kitu ingine. If everything else unafanywa on time, pia unafaa ufanye vitu zako vile nafaa kufanya. Like asia tuko hakuna mali like unaelewa tu kuchezea corporate team, kila kitu ina mpangilio yake. You get paid on time, so you have to perform. Hakuna kitu itakudistract.
There's no excuse.
No excuse. Everything is good. Ingia kwa kiwanja ucheze.
So you're settled at KCB. You're not moving soon. Or they're the ones who are not letting you go soon. Huh?
I mean, I might move.
You might move.
Yeah.
There's interest. I know there's interest.
Yeah, there's interest.
There's interest, but you must admit that KCB are good employers when it comes to, and I notice for them in sports, there's football, there's the rugby team, there's the volleyball team. They're all doing exceedingly well.
Yeah.
So they're serious. What do you want to say to them as your employers, whether current, whether former? What would you like to say to KCB?
They should just continue supporting each
and every sport.
Yeah, they are doing very okay.
Yeah.
With that, I think we can develop so many good players. be it rugby, volleyball, or football. It's good.
Do you think what helped you, because in Kenya we find a lot of people, I know you didn't think you'd be a professional footballer, but a lot of footballers start taking football seriously when they get much older. You seem to have known at the age of 8 years old that I'm going to be serious with this. I don't know if it's going to be a career, but I'm going to be serious. Do you think it helped at that young age?
Yeah, it really helped a lot because, first of all, it runs in our family. My dad used to play football.
Oh, yeah. You played for?
For AFC Leopards, Kenya Pipeline.
No
He's a staff in Kenya Pipeline.
No wonder AFC Leopards wanted you.
So I think pia hiyo ilinisaidia juu nilijua in our family it's made of footballers. So I need to do my best. At least mimi nifike mahali hao hawajawahi fika. Juu hao wenyewe hata sasa ukiwa Google hauwezi wapata. Lakini mimi najua Google utanipata tu.
I confess I googled to see whether Derrick had a double R or one R. We're going to take a short break now, but I'm going to come back just now and talk a little bit more about football and the football scene in general. Guys, don't go anywhere. We are with Derrick Otanga, top scorer, Golden Boot winner for the 2021-22 FKF Premier League season. Welcome back. This is Radull Live. I am with Derrick Otanga. By the way, I think you've not seen even half of him yet. Your name has to go in lights. Derrick Otanga, of course, top scorer, Golden Boot winner, 16 goals, 2021-22 FKF Premier League season. Derrick, first of all, before I get to your target for this season that is starting, the fact that your father played football, and I interview a lot of footballers who say, my parents were against me playing football because the scene in Kenya is just difficult. It's my stress, you know. Yeah. The fact that your father played, did that make it easier on you to decide to make it a career?
Nope, it wasn't that easy. Like, hakusema ati hakunisaidia like hakunisaidia by kuniambia ati since mimi nilicheza ball wewe pia lazima ucheze ball. Kwanza nilikazia sana nisome.
Which is the flip side, because I remember interviewing, I think it was Zach's Matesi, and he said the fact that his father played made it harder for him because of the challenges his father had gone through as a player.
So me aliniguide tu, aliniambia like football iko time ikifika right utacheza, but for now concentrate on your books, or ukiona like unaweza balance well and good for you. So that's when I started balancing both books and my career. Football.
Yeah, because at some point in football, the challenge with football is such a short career. Yeah. Right now you're 25 years old. If you can stay away from injury, you have a good maybe 10 years, you know. Yeah. But then after that, 35, you're still very young. Yeah. But are you using your PR skills in any way so that at 35 you're not going to say, you're looking for an entry-level job, you know?
For now, I put hold on my papers. Now I'm focusing on football. I want to play at the highest level. I'll return back to the papers when my career is ending.
One day.
Yeah.
What is your target for this season that's starting?
You know me, like the previous season, I did not set any targets. The previous one I had set 10, which I ended up scoring 12, I think. I had pressure. By the time the league was ending, I had pressure. But the previous one, this one which I emerged as the top scorer, I did not set any targets. You
didn't set any targets? You just wanted to play?
Yeah, I just wanted to play and score goals.
Can I set a target for you? More than 16. but do you feel you can do more than 16 goals?
I can do more. Considering how we play at KCB, I can even score more than 20.
You can score more than 20. And scoring more than 20 has been difficult for Kenyan strikers. We don't have that many who have scored. I remember there was even a season, I think we got top scorer at 13 goals. Was it John Baraza at Sofapaka? Which was a bit, was good for him, but it was a bit disappointing because we've seen 22, 23 goals. I think I'm not sure if we've ever broken the 24 barrier with top scorers. But if you were saying that it was the last 10 games that you scored so many, imagine if your whole season, it's possible.
It's possible, yeah, it's possible. I know I could have even scored more than 16. But I thank God because that 16 maybe it was just
that it was written.
Yeah, it was written.
Beyond Kenyan borders, and every footballer feels, I want to play abroad.
Yeah.
Do you have those ambitions?
Obvious. My favorite club.
Which would be your dream club?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Say it.
Juventus. Not us. You thought it was Arsenal?
I thought it was Arsenal. I was going to say Arsenal.
No.
No, but Juventus is a fantastic club, man.
Yeah. But I like how your team plays. If I get a chance, I can play for them.
You can play for them. So you set your sights for the big leagues.
Yeah.
You're not looking at...
I need to go there.
At the Africa, but your idol, Jesse Were, did extremely well in Zambia. Excelled.
Yeah. I need to go past him now.
You need to go past Jesse Were.
Yeah.
Jesse Were, unfortunately, and I don't know why, national team coaches just didn't feel him in the national team. So he didn't get that much national team exposure.
Yeah.
But what are your hopes and dreams with Harambee Stars?
At least one day I should wear the national team jersey. It will be my dream come true. Because I've already achieved one, which was to win the Golden Boot. Now playing for the national team, that's my target.
That's your target.
Yeah.
And it's very possible. Unfortunately, that brings us to our next subject. Kenya is still suspended, which has affected footballers in different ways. What was your reaction when you heard what was happening in football, from the officials being removed in November to the caretaker committee to the suspension? You know, us looking on the outside, we're like, football needs to be fixed, but we're not personally affected. How did it affect you personally?
Personally, I think ilini bring down juu unapata by the time wana make hizo changes, league ilikuwa inasimama. We need to play games consecutively. Like unapata game inasimama, league inasimama, time pia umeperform vizuri, national team iko karibu kupeana call up, then all of a sudden national team haiwezi cheza game. Because caretaker sijui kuna changes fulani zina affect the program. So like the national team haiwezi participate in anything. So inaku bring down kama mchezaji, like ulikuwa umejisike. Kuna month uko sure ukiperform vizuri, by the time na wanapeana national call ups unaweza get your call up. Na maybe ndo start ya another journey, huwezi jua. So inaku bring down.
And for you getting Golden Boot, it would have been ridiculous for a national team coach not to call you up at that time.
Yeah.
But you never know how your next season is going to start and whether that opportunity will come again.
True. Like kama sahi si countries zinacheza CHAN.
Yeah.
Imagine.
CHAN, even AFCON qualifiers.
Even AFCON,
Kenya had been put in groups to play in June or July, but was still suspended.
Yeah. Niko sure ningekuwa kwa kikosi. Na sasa hiyo ni dream pia unaona inaenda
I want people to understand that as we're here saying get a ban, don't get a ban, do what, there are people whose lives are directly affected.
Yeah.
And then your focus, you have to be so mentally strong to still believe that football can take you somewhere.
Yeah, like sasa unaona venye ligi like ukisikia suspension and then tunacheza ligi, dream yako ni kuwin league. Then unasikia kitu kama suspension, then unaanza kusikia story like winner hizi enda kucheza CAF. Obvious for her, like person mtu kama mimi, dream yangu pia ni kucheza hiyo Champions League, African Champions League. Sasa ukisikia mshindi wa ligi haizi participate in such events, then unaona tu like wacha tu ni push, maybe huwezi jua but inaku bring down personality yako.
Yeah.
Nataka mental toughness ndo uweze tena ku continue ku perform.
Wow, this one is it's a tough one. It's a tough one. But what would you like to say to both the sports ministry and the federation and the club owners? What would you like to tell them as a footballer who has big hopes and dreams, but whose future is not in your own hands? It's somehow also in their hands.
I think they need to find a solution as soon as possible. Sisi wachezaji ndo tunaumia. Like Like say unasikia ligi inaanza 27th, you never know, maybe inaweza kosa kuanza. As footballers really depend on the league to start. Some clubs, some players, like right now, some players don't have contracts because clubs cannot give them a contract because they don't know when the league is starting. But when they are sure when the league is starting, now they can go ahead and give you a contract. So how will they feed their families? You see, it's not easy. We really depend on this money from football.
From football.
Yeah.
As Derrick Otanga, what are your hopes, your dreams, your for your life?
My dream is to play for the national team first. I need
Juventus second.
Yeah, national team first. I know if I play for the national team, obviously ndafika huko mali nataka kufika. Yeah.
What would you like to tell young kids right now who want to play ball?
They should just keep pushing. It's not easy. With the challenges affecting us right now, they should just keep on pushing, working hard and putting God first. They'll achieve their goals.
By the way, a lot of footballers, they give me very different answers when I ask that. Someone like, focus on football. Someone like, don't even try. Ni stress. We are here, but ni stress. Because I feel that our footballers, our sports people, we don't appreciate you, you know. We don't appreciate our footballers. We don't appreciate our basketball, rugby, any sports. Even the fans, you go for the game, there's nobody in the stadium. It's just, it's a disgrace. But then when you don't perform as the national team,
yeah, mtu asikukashifu na kuji kwa kiwanja kuona vile unacheza. Maybe hiyo siku yenye ulipewa hapo kwa national team ndio ilikuwa siku mbaya. But you're a good player. Wakuje grao waone game.
Kuje grao.
Waone game.
Kuje grao. Stop being Twitter supporters.
Mtu asikupashe huko kwa media na kujangi kuona game zako. Niyo moja tu ameona na kusomea. Na maybe ndio ilikuwa siku yako mbaya.
It's true. It's true. I think we're going to end this conversation here. I just want to say thank you so much, Derrick Otanga, for coming.
Yeah.
Top scorer, 2021-22 FKF Premier League season. My goal for him next season is to get more than 16 goals. And I think you just want to do well. But I'm sure all your dreams will come true. You're a very focused guy. You've reached the top flight of Kenyan football, which you didn't even think was possible. Yeah. But I like that you continue to dream. So thanks for coming on Radull Live. Yeah. I wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me on your show.
All right, karibu sana. And thank you guys for watching Radull Live as usual. We will see you again next week to do this all over again.